हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम करता हूँ आप सबका अपने चैनल द एजुकेशन वाला में। आज फिर से लेके आया हूँ आपके लिए जेके पुलिस फोटोग्राफर कांस्टेबल के रिगार्डिंग टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस में जो आपका थर्ड सिलेबस में टॉपिक है बेसिक फोटो टैग। तो उसके रिगार्डिंग हमने इस वक्त 40 क्वेश्चंस लेके आ चुके हैं। तो आउट ऑफ 40 आप कितने मार्क्स गेन कर रहे हैं कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइए। तो विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 है हमारे पास। व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ द की लाइट इन फोटोग्राफी? ऑप्शन ए टू एलिमिनेट शेडोज, ऑप्शन बी टू प्रोवाइड द मेन सोर्स ऑफ लाइट, ऑप्शन सी टू फिल इन डार्कर एरियाज, ऑप्शन डी टू एक्ट एज a बैकग्राउंड लाइट. Right answer is to provide the main source of light. Question number 2. Where is the key light usually positioned? Option A behind the subject, option B in front of the subject, slightly off center, option C directly above the subject, option D at a 90-degree angle to the subject. Right answer is in front of the subject, slightly off center. Question number 3. Which of the following best defines the characteristics of a key light? Option A harsh shadows and high contrast. Option B soft shadows and even lightning. Option C backlighting with a halo effect. Option D diffused lighting with no shadows. Right answer is harsh shadows and high contrast. Question number 4. What is the primary function of the fill light? Option A to create dramatic shadows. Option B to reduce the intensity of shadows. Option C to highlight the subject's outline. Option D to act as the main source of illumination. Right answer is to reduce the intensity of shadows. Question number 5. How is the fill light typically positioned relative to the key light? Option A at the same position as the key light. Option B opposite the key light. Option C directly behind the camera. Option D above the subject. The right answer is opposite the key light. Question number 6. What type of lighting is most suitable for a fill light? Option A harsh directional lighting. Option B soft and diffused lighting. Option C backlighting. Option D high intensity spotlight. The right answer is soft and diffused lighting. Question number 7. What is bounce light used for in photography? Option A to diffuse light by reflecting it off a surface. Option B to add dramatic highlights. Option C to create deep shadows. Option D to act as the key light. Right answer is to diffuse light by reflecting it off surface. Question number 8. Which surface is not ideal for creating bounce light? Option A white walls, option B silver reflectors, option C black cloths, option D foam boards. Right answer is black cloth. Question number 9. What is an advantage of using bounce light? Option A it creates harsh shadows. Option B it allows for precise direct lighting. Option C it creates a softer, more natural light. Option D it increases the intensity of the key light. A right answer is it creates a softer, more natural light. Question number 10. What is diffused light? Option A light scattered by a material to reduce harshness. Option B light directly focused on the subject. Option C backlighting for silhouettes. Option D light that only illuminates the background. The right answer is light scattered by a material to reduce harshness. Question number 11. Which tool is commonly used to create diffused light? Option A reflector, option B softbox, option C spotlight, option D snoot. Right answer is softbox. Question number 12. What is the key characteristic of directional diffused light? Option A completely even lighting, option B soft shadows with a clear direction of light, option C high contrast and sharp edges, option D absence of any shadows. The right answer is soft shadows with a clear direction of light. Question number 13. What is the basic formula for exposure in photography? Option A ISO into aperture divided by shutter speed. Option B aperture into shutter speed divided by ISO. Option C ISO aperture and into shutter speed, or option D shutter speed divided by ISO into aperture. बेसिक फार्मूला आपने बताया तो इसका राइट आंसर क्या आएगा? ऑप्शन सी ISO मल्टीप्लाई बाय अपर्चर मल्टीप्लाई बाय shutter speed. Question number 14. What does a light meter measure? Option A white balance, option B intensity of light falling on or reflected by a subject, option C focal length, option D depth of field. Right answer is intensity of light falling on or reflected by a subject. Question number 15. Which type of light meter measures light falling directly on the subject? Option A reflected light meter, option B incident light meter, option C spot meter, option D flash meter. Right answer is incident light meter. Question number 16. What is the primary function of an image sensor in a digital camera? Option A adjust the lens aperture. Option B capture light and convert it to an electronic signal. Option C control the shutter speed. Option D store captured image. Right answer is capture light and convert it to an electronic signal. Question number 17 हमारे पास. What does the term megapixel refer to in a digital camera? Option A the zoom capacity of the lens, the size of the image sensor, the resolution of the captured image, the camera storage capacity. Right answer is the resolution of the captured image. Question number 17. What is the main advantage of shooting in RAW format? Option A smaller file size. Option B high contrast and saturation. Option C greater flexibility in post processing. Option D automatic enhancement. Right answer is greater flexibility in post processing. Question number 19. What does ISO control in a camera? Option A aperture size, option B sensitivity of the image sensor or to light, option C shutter speed, option D focal length. The right answer is sensitivity of the image sensor to light. Question number 20. Which f-stop value allows the most light into the camera? Option A f upon 2.8, option B f upon 5.6, ऑप्शन सी f upon 8 एंड ऑप्शन डी f upon 11. अभी आप मुझे बताएं कि जो यहाँ पे f रिप्रेजेंट किसको करता है, कमेंट सेक्शन में बताएं क्वेश्चन नंबर 20 को टेक करके. ठीक है, तो इसका राइट आंसर जो है वो है f upon 2.8. f जो आपने बताना है, f क्या चीज़ है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 21 है हमारे पास. व्हाट इज द मेन यूज ऑफ अ histogram in digital photography? Option A adjust focus, option B evaluate the exposure of an image, option C determine white balance, option D set the aperture value. Right answer is evaluate the exposure of an image. Question number 22. Which photographic situation benefits most from diffused light? Option A harsh midday sunlight outdoor, option B low light indoor portraits, option C dramatic silhouette photography, and option D fast action sports photography. राइट आंसर इज हार्श मिड डे सनलाइट आउटडोर्स. क्वेश्चन नंबर 23 है हमारे पास. व्हाट इज द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन डायरेक्शनल लाइट एंड डिफ्यूज लाइट? ऑप्शन ए डायरेक्शनल लाइट इज सॉफ्टर व्हाइल डिफ्यूज लाइट इज शार्पर. ऑप्शन बी डायरेक्शनल light creates well defined shadows and diffused light soften them. Option C diffused light is brighter than directional light. Option D directional light only comes from natural sources. Right answer is option B. Question number 24. Which device is not typically used for creating directional diffused light? Option A umbrella reflector, option B softbox, option C snoot, option D frosted diffuser. A right answer is snoot. Question number 25. What does the Sunny 16 rule state about exposure in bright sunlight? Option A use f16 aperture with a shutter speed of ISO setting. Option B use f16 aperture with a shutter speed of double the ISO setting. Option C use of f16 aperture with the lowest ISO setting. Or option D use f16 aperture and adjust shutter speed as per lighting conditions. Right answer is option A. Question number 26. Which type of light meter is built into most modern cameras? Option A incident light meter, option B reflected light meter, option C spotlight meter, option D flashlight meter. Right answer is reflected light meter. Question number 27. What does the term exposure triangle refer to? Option A the relationship between ISO, white balance and aperture. Option B the relationship between ISO shutter speed and aperture. Option C, the balance of light, color, and contrast. Option D, the rule of three in framing subjects. The right answer is option B, the relationship between ISO shutter speed and aperture. Question number 28. What happens when the exposure is overcompensated? Option A, the image appears too dark. Option B, the image appears too bright. Option C, the image has more depth of field. Option D, the image has no color balance. The right answer is option B, the image appears too bright. Question number 29. Which file format compress image without significant quality loss? Option A, RAW. Option B, JPEG. Option C, PNG. Option D, TIFF. The right answer is JPEG. Question number 30. What is white balance in digital photography? Option A, a setting to increase image brightness. Option B, a measure of light intensity. Option C, adjusting the color to appear neutral under different lighting condition. Option D, the process of focusing on a bright subject. The right answer is option C. Question number 31. What is the purpose of using a color profile in digital imaging? Option A, to store image in raw format. Option B, to manage colors across device for consistency. Option C, to add artistic effect to the photo. Option D, to reduce file size. The right answer is option B. Question number 32. What does bit depth refer to in digital imaging? Option A, number of pixels in the image. Option B, level of color information per pixel. Option C, total file size of the image. Option D, compression ratio of the image file. The right answer is option B. Question number 33. Which lighting setup is best for dramatic portrait photography? Option A, key light with no fill light. Option B, key light with soft fill light. Option C, only fill light with diffused lighting. Option D, equal key and fill light intensity. The right answer is key light with no fill light. Question number 34. How can you create a high key lighting effect? Option A, use only a key light with minimal shadows. Option B, use a high intensity fill light and overexpose slightly. Option C, use bounce light only. Option D, block the key light entirely. The right answer is use a high intensity fill light and overexpose slightly. Question number 35. What happens if the bounce surface is colored? Option A, the light remains neutral. Option B, the light takes on the color of the surface. Option C, the bounce effect is eliminated. Option D, the intensity of the light increases. The right answer is the light takes on the color of the surface. Question number 36. When using bounce light, what factor significantly affects the quality of lighting? Option A, distance of the light source. Option B, color temperature of the camera. Option C, type of camera lens used. Option D, size and material of the bounce surface. Right answer is size and material of the bounce surface. Question number 37. What does the term depth of field mean? Option A, the sharpness of the subject. Option B, the distance between the closest and the farthest sharp objects. Option C, the maximum aperture setting. Option D, the shutter speed required for sharp focus. Right answer is option B, the distance between the closest and farthest sharp objects. Question number 38. What is the effect of increasing shutter speed? Option A, more motion blur. Option B, freezes motion. Option C, decreases ISO sensitivity. Option D, increases depth of field. The right answer is freezes motion. Question number 39. Which aspect ratio is commonly used in photography? Option A, 1 is to 1. Option B, 4 is to 3. Option C, 16 is to 9. Option D, 2 is to 1. The right answer is 4 is to 3. Question number 40. What is chromatic aberration in photography? Option A, unwanted blurring of the subject. Option B, distortion of color due to lens imperfections. Option C, overexposure in bright areas. Option D, loss of contrast in shadow regions. तो इसका आंसर क्या है आप कमेंट सेक्शन में बताएंगे क्वेश्चन नंबर 40 टेक करते हुए और आउट ऑफ 40 आपने कितने मार्क्स गेन किए कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो वीडियो को लाइक करें शेयर करें और चैनल पर नहीं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें थैंक यू